So main difference between Soul and Bottom and the new album would be bass-wise. I focused a lot more on experimenting with how to support the guitar riffs. So typical way we've done it in the past is if there's a guitar riff, I'm basically playing an octave down. I'm pretty much following the parts to the T. So on this album, I did a lot more of doing the octave up or same octave as the guitars to really add clarity to these low tunings that we use. So just trying to experiment and go a little bit different direction with the bass. So at times I'll diverge completely from the rhythms of the guitars. I may follow the sample instruments or follow the kick pattern of the drums. So yeah, just trying to stand out, make the bass parts a little bit different than your typical lower octave in the guitars. And for parts where I'm diverging from the guitars completely, a way of getting those ideas fleshed out, what I'll do is typically put small sections on repeat and just jam over them. Just let it kind of flow and see what ideas come out. So I've been a big fan of concept albums for a while. Starting with Dream Theater, they were one of the biggest influences, and having that overarching story just adds a lot of depth to the music, and it adds a lot of replay value. You can listen to these albums multiple times and get deeper and deeper into these stories, and instrumentally, having ideas that come back is really nice. It's like familiar to the listener, and it's a callback to some of the previous songs. Like the first and the last song on the album, I have basically the same riff that comes back, and it kind of completes this full loop. Looking back on this album, I would say some takeaways from it. It really feels like we've found our matured sound that we were going for. Writing with the guys a little while now, you kind of get in this groove where Adam and Brandon are writing these core concepts and bringing in Dan and myself later to write our own parts. And it really feels like we're getting in that groove where it's starting to fit better together, and our writing process is getting just quicker.